come on.
Your mic's on.
What's up, folks? Welcome to our first debrief, a bar side debrief for this year's SuperNationals. My name is Rob Howden, David Cole, of course. Feel free to start putting information up. This is kind of we're doing a Thursday debrief here, talking about qualifying a little bit. We'll go through the classes. We are at the Resorts World, Las Vegas. Found a little bar to hang out at. We were at this place called the Doghouse, which is kind of a sports bar. A little too loud. We were there last night, had a good time there. But so we're ready to rock. Chris Stifler, first guy to come on, says thanks for the updates from Vegas. Awesome, we appreciate that. We had a good day, man. It got cold at the end of the day. I'll tell you that though, Dave. It got a little chilly.
A lot colder than it was yesterday. Yesterday seemed to be pretty steady temperature, and then as soon as tonight, when the sun set behind the mountains, the temperature kind of went down. I think it was a little bit of a breeze. So a cool breeze that kind of kept us cold compared to yesterday. But other than that, great weather.
It did get colder. That was interesting because SKUSA kind of pushed a little bit later. They were like a half an hour off schedule the whole time, Dave. So the final qualifying sessions, Master Shifter, Pro Shifter, all the sun's like qualifying. The sun had already set. The temperature went down, so obviously tire pressure is super important. And we can see something. You can see it was like the last lap of every session. When everybody's going quicker.
Yeah, it was basically, and we talked to a couple other drivers. It was set up for the last lap, and then you guys talked about it on the broadcast. Is each lap it got a little bit quicker, and then when boom, last lap that was almost like the money lap.
Yeah,
that's not what we normally see. That's not what we normally see in shifter car racing.
True, like 2 laps.
It's
right?
2 laps.
Yeah.
It's boom.
Yeah.
I mean, even Myers hit his on lap 4. Got off of it, wasn't sure if he was just happy with it, setting the time that he did, and then didn't press on. So that was kind of rare because everybody else got quicker, and he just already set it on lap 4.
Let's want to jump into a couple classes here.
Let's do that.
Let's start with the KA100 Senior. That kind of caught things fired up. And how about a Morgan 1-2? Cole Morgan, the Pro Tour champion, goes P1. He'll be on the pole position for all 3 of his races. And his brother, how old's Carson now? 14?
Carson's 14.
So 14-year-old qualified second in the 80-something guys that took times in KA100 Senior. We've got some videos that are going to come up. You guys will see a little later. We did interviews with Cole Morgan, AJ Myers. Who else did we get? Jake Drew.
And Jesus
Vasquez Junior. Yeah, in that class. We'll look at that. But yeah, Cole Morgan qualifying on pole. Neither you or I picked him to win. David got a haircut.
I did get a haircut.
Andy Saisman was asking about that. Yeah, David. Yeah. But yeah, Morgan coming out of the gate strong, super strong against some of the other guys I think we thought might, like a Brandon Lemke's back in the 8th position. Connor Zilic, 13th. How about that?
Yeah, that's a bit surprising. Again, what you see more in the KA is you're qualifying in packs, and maybe he just didn't get in the right pack. To where we talked to the Morgan brothers, they were by each other, working with each other, and Cole got a quicker lap than Carson.
A lot of open racetrack, right, David? Because they did it a little different approach. They had the 2 groups, but they didn't put like 44 out and 44 out for the 15-minute session with 10 minutes of a 15-minute window. They literally put half of the group out. So it was like 20 guys for 5 minutes, 20 guys for 5 minutes. And I like the fact that it wasn't a 10-minute session where guys can stick around for 10 minutes. It literally was get out. You've got 5 or 6 laps to get the job done. And I thought that was a really, really cool part of qualifying. I hate it when they mess around.
No, it's a great format change. I loved it. And again, you can build up, especially in the KA100 Senior division where you had 2 qualifying groups, and they were basically split up into 4 sessions. So it was a build-up.
Yep.
Some guys that we did see in the 2nd or 3rd session were a little bit, had the opportunity to be in the top 10. So we did see guys, improve. That might have had a slow lap time from from Wednesday's final practice session. So that was good. Looking at KA, we expected to see Lemke there. Massimino's battling with a hand injury, was involved in an incident yesterday.
Tumble.
So I think he's only doing KA 100 Senior. He's able to qualify 10th. I'll double check on the X30 later.
P3 was Thomas Annunziata, and I've been touting Thomas all year long. He's been really, really strong, always in the fight. He was third, so that'll be a great place for him to start. Patrick Woods Toth, and we saw a couple of years ago the SKUSA Winter Series. He's super impressive battling it out with Norbert for the championship there.
There's no 100cc racing in Canada. How can he be this good?
I don't know. I think Patrick's a really good driver. Matias Fernandez, that's the one. I don't know much about Matias, to be honest. Running for SLA Karting, so he was P5. I don't know much about him, but man, P5, good speed for him. Trey Brown, that was for Trey it was like last lap. A lot of guys it was last lap, obviously, but he pulled one out because he jumped pretty aggressively up into the 7th position, which I thought was good.
Yeah, some notable names you see further down. Brent Cruz, 28th. Liam Lech in 33rd. Stephen Dial, 38th. Jace Park back at 40th. Mason Williams, 41. Yeah. Tyler Wetgale. Guys that were quick yesterday just somehow didn't have the speed today. So, it's not like this category was dealing with weather change. I mean, it got warmer as the day went on, so maybe they just... Maybe we're overstocked. I don't know, but
these are the morning classes, right, guys? We went live at 11 o'clock, so they were like no change from the practice to the qualified like we saw with all the afternoon classes.
Yeah. So what else? Morning classes. So
mini Swift. Yeah. Christian Castoya was quickest in the first group and actually held up pretty good. He was a 50.9, right? Going to the second qualified, 50.9 was still pretty. He was top 10. Yeah. He ended up, I think he ended up P4, which is pretty good for him. Vivek Canthan, though, at the very end came out and smoked everybody. Salvador Della Vecchia looked like he was going to be the guy to take it. And right in the very last lap, I think he was the last guy across the line, Vivek was, to be able to get the job done.
Among one of the last ones. And again, he's made that transition from Mike Doty Racing over to Paralyn USA. He's gotten accustomed to how to work over the last couple of races with Paralyn. And, really good. He's actually going to be going to the Rotax Grand Finals after we're done here.
Oh, wow.
So he's got a busy couple of weeks of racing.
Here's probably the biggest news, I think, probably for Mini was the fact that Enzo Bidmontien was actually the slower group. Qualified through the slower group. Here's your Pro Tour champion. Just not having a great out of the gate. And same thing with both Iliff brothers, Jack Iliff and Oscar Jack, in his group was 9th. Where's Oscar? Oscar's 23rd in that group.
Jack ended up 11th overall.
You have the
merge?
merge?
I do have the merge. And then Oscar 26th overall. So my pick to win qualified 26th. So it could be a great story. I still have confidence in the way he races. We haven't talked to many Mini drivers or any of the teams much. We didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of paddock walking. But I still have faith in Oscar to drive back.
Shout out to Cody Schindel. Hey, now, your predictions were lacking a few Canadians. Ethan Grada was in there. Glad to see we didn't fully disappoint today. So, Cody Schindel from Canadian Karting News. Mark Just says old fashions all around. We had a couple of those last night. Jimmy the Kid. Now how I missed the Book It, Send It show. Eddie Alavia coming on as well. Awesome.
I'm looking for K100 Junior right now. That was, again, another morning class, and you talked about Hayden and Grada, so that's why I want to get to that. So I'm looking for that right now. There we go.
Go to it.
So Ingrata ended up finishing 10th in that qualifying session. I believe you might have picked him in that category.
I picked him. I don't think I picked him to win.
In the top 5.
Yeah, I have Aiden in the top 5.
So Aiden actually 10th. There we go.
There they are.
So Aiden and Grata 10th. As we said earlier, Jesus Vasquez Jr., top qualifier. A little shy on the camera.
Yeah, we went to interview him, and I'm telling you, all the Nash guys were laughing. They're like, "You can get this guy to talk." I guess Jesus is a pretty quiet guy. So we did a good interview. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, he just woke up from a nap too, so you got to give him a break on that. So we'll have that up later tonight. We'll do the edits. We'll have it up on YouTube and Facebook.
And we're gonna get there. Doug Clement just said Jake Drew was the story today. 100%. That was unbelievable what Jake was able to do. We'll get to that.
So to continue, it was. So Noah Baker had a great day.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. Pole position in X30 Junior, also second in K100 Junior.
So Celine Hanna had the spot right to the very last lap. Slim's got really good speed here this weekend. Noah then I think went to P1, and then Jesus dropped the hammer to get the P1 spot in K1C Junior.
So Elio Meza, fourth. I have him. I had a couple people come up to me and say, "Hey, that's a great pick."
Yeah.
So looking good. He's making me look good right now. Christian Cameron, fifth. Really good for the NorCal drivers. So good to see him in the top 5 there. Jeremy Fletcher, driver
Cole Kleck, like I thought.
Cole
Texan.
Kleck, Parker DeLong, Austin Jers, Aiden Ingrata. So those are your top 10 guys that we expected. So no really kind of breakout.
No super
surprise.
Super
no
shock.
surprises. I'm looking back to see if there's any notables.
Chase Hand. We both picked Chase Hand to win.
We did. He's finishing starting 17th.
Work to do.
Ended up 17th overall in qualifying. So he's got some work to do. Sebastian Weldon, 22nd. He's got some work to do. I think he's better in the KA program. At least watching him throughout the season. So hopefully we'll see him move up over the heat races. Danny Zazowski, 31st in qualifying. So I'm looking to see if there's any other notables. So that's it for that. Micro, right? Micro is in the morning.
Shout out to Matt Fink, who's former Superkarts USA guy back in the early days with Jim Early. He's going to be out here this weekend. He asked any old timers have a chance this year. Ron White, Bonner Moulton. I think Bonner's got a chance in X30 Masters.
Bonner's top 10. Yeah. When we get to the afternoon,
we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that a little bit. So this was a good qualifying session. We're really quite sure who was going to come out on top, and then boom, on the last lap, there he was.
What was interesting about the micro Swift class was that right out of the gate, out of the pits, Keelan Harvick bolted by himself.
Gone.
No help whatsoever. No draft help. The straightaway is pretty long. No draft help whatsoever. And he was kind of right there in the top 5. Never went to P1. Ashton Wood looked really good, and Ethan Tobo in the end was able to get the draft and put a great lap down. So first career pole SuperNationals for Ethan Tobo, and it's going to keep him up front for all the heat races.
A good shout out to Nitro Kart, first, second, third, and fourth in qualifying, with Harvick finishing third, as we said. And so really good performance by them.
Now, Giammatteo Rosso, I picked him in the top 5. I think maybe as well.
I did not.
And then my boy,
I did. Yeah.
Lucas Palacio as well, running for Forward Direction Motorsport on the comp car. It was P1 for a while. Ended up P5. I got Lucas in my top 5.
He's got to be one of the youngest drivers
100%
here.
he is, yeah.
So it's great to see. He has a lot of confidence. There's no doubt about that. So, and again, I think the micros hopefully have worked out the kinks because they had some issues throughout practice and some qualifying and some other issues. So hopefully they've worked that.
And shout out to SKUSA. There were some issues yesterday with the track. They were able to dial things in. We were able to dial things in the track. They widened up a couple of corners on the exit just to be able to have a little more runoff room, and that played out really well. So SKUSA did a good job there.
Okay, so we've talked about mini, micro,
K100,
K100. So those are the 4 morning classes. So now we can get in the afternoon. Where do you want to start?
Do you want to go with the X30 Junior? That was the first one out of the gate, right?
First one out of the gate. So I mentioned that earlier. No bigger. Having a great day. Great day. Qualified second in KA100 Senior. Qualified first. One of the last carts to cross the line.
He was the very last cart I think across the line.
To hit.
I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah. To hit the fast time of a 46.481. Clearing the field by over 2 tenths.
That was it. He was 2 tenths quicker.
Unreal.
And the last guy crossed, I'm pretty sure. Amazing.
Fletcher second, Justin Anaconis in third, Caleb
Gaffera Fawcett.
Gaffera. I said it right. Fourth was about third. I think it was third all day long.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's got good consistency.
So he's been consistent there. Yep. They were hoping he was going to get 2 more spots and be first. Unfortunately, ends up fourth. Jorge Ortiz in fifth, Garcia sixth, Chase Hand in seventh.
And Chase Hand was 16th.
Moved up
until the last lap.
So that's good for him. So hopefully that'll build the confidence and maybe carry over into KA100
right,
so we can get our predictions better.
Agreed.
But again, Sebastian Weldon, 9th behind Aiden Ingrata.
Yeah.
So maybe Weldon is improving on the X30 side of things because again, I've seen him all season long. He's been really good in the KA100 program, not so much in the X30 program. So it's maybe the track.
Yep.
He likes it better, and then your guy in 10th, Cole Kleck.
Yeah.
So a good day for him.
Yeah,
as well.
2 top 10s for Cole Kleck. Just a shout out to a couple of guys who are asking questions. Chase Stempfly is asking about anywhere we can watch live time or the live feed. live audio for Friday, Saturday on ekartingnews.com/live. We have the live timing on there, and of course our live audio on there as well. Come Sunday, Superkarts USA Facebook page will have the live video. Greenlight TV is here, so a full professional video presentation for the good folks from Greenlight. That'll be on the SKUSA Facebook page. Live time is still available on Race Hero, SKUSA app, or on ekartingnews.com/live. We have the live time there as well. TJ Coy is asking if David has his ice bucket filled with rum and coke yet. That's Super Sunday.
Yeah, and that's more of a Rio thing. This place is a lot fancier.
It is a little fancier.
You know, it's like, you know, it's going from the trailer park to the high rise.
Yeah,
I know. But maybe. Now maybe it depends on how things go. Maybe we have a great Super Sunday. You know, it might happen. You never don't count it out.
We'll say shout out to as well Daryl Redland saying well done. Thanks, Daryl. We appreciate it. Same goes for Ronnie Swires. Good to see Ronnie's name up there. Doug Fleming said, "I'm new, but I'm sure there's a lot of really good drivers here." Yes.
So no other really surprises in the X30 Junior division. Vinny Phillips, I picked him as second.
You did
back in 25th. So he's got some work to do there. Other than that, really no other surprises. Parker DeLong back in 18th, so another double duty driver.
I think
as well,
I've got him. I think I may have him top 5 actually in my picks. So see how that goes.
So X30 Master, we'll get to that now.
Again, my voice is already chewed up. I had a little bit of a cough last weekend and a sore throat, so I'm not starting off in a good place.
Another session where we saw the last lap.
Yeah.
Boom. A former winner, 2000.
Come on, David.
16? I believe it was 16 because there was a penalty and he was able to take the win because of that. Renato Giada David, one of the top Masters drivers in the world. Again, won at Rock Super Final, won every Florida Winter Tour. He's won at USBPS. He's won here, obviously, as well, too. Laid down a lap, was able to clear Martin Pierce by 1/10 of a second. So, you know, a good way for him to start trying to get that second victory here.
Thanks, Tyler.
And, you know, a really solid top 10 when we go down to third place. Derek Wang, Matt Johnson, both our pick. He was basically the fastest guy throughout all of practice.
He was, yeah.
So we, didn't have a chance to go speak with him yet. So maybe tomorrow morning we'll be able to talk with him a little bit and see what happened in qualifying.
And I'll say this, we were sleeping on Martin Pierce as well. We've known Martin for a long time. We watched him win at Rock Island when he came over the wild card. Obviously a former Rotax world champion as well. Martin Pierce, great guy and a hell of a driver. Looks really good.
Speaking of great guys, the guy in 5th place on his 24th SuperNationals, Bonner Moulton, the oldest guy, maybe one of the oldest guys in the paddock, or that's actually racing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I wonder.
Billy Cleveland. Well, Billy's not racing actually, is he?
I didn't see Billy there.
So I think Billy was entered. I don't know. Yeah. He's not racing. Okay. All right. So then, since Billy's not racing, we have to give it to Bonner as being one of the oldest guys here.
Hey, I know that in the very first SuperNationals, he was on the podium in Pro Shifter, or 125 Pro, whatever they call it that first year, and he's running X30 Master. Bonner's got all my respect, man. He's just such a great guy. Been in the sport for so long, and yeah, good to see him top 5. I would love to see him win. I want
to make him cry again.
I want to think that. Yeah, remember I had him almost in tears after he won his 3rd.
Yeah,
right? He got super emotional that year. I think we have it somewhere. I'm pretty sure on video.
I think it's either on video or audio, one or the other. It was close, but yeah, it was great. Michelle.
Yeah, we don't. Michelle Garrido.
We
don't know who Michelle Garrido is. That's a new one for me, but he was really quick. He was second for most of the session until things started happening. So,
the name we know,
Casey Cook. Yeah,
he could be the Mike Smith of the Supernats this year.
He could be. Casey, a late ride coming together for KC, and he was he's P6 or P7, which is great. Danilo Romalho. If I picked to be in the top 5 because of how good he was in the Winter Nationals at NOLA, I really think he'll be there. And P8 right now, and then Guido Elizondo and Ian Kuchos.
Yeah, I talked about Ian. at the during our outlap review podcast. I said he could be one of those guys that we see in the top 10, and, qualified 10th.
Bang on.
We talked about Miguel Mir. He's 11th. Mario Barrios, the Pro Tour champion. He's back in 12th.
Well, Scott Kopp. You picked Kopp in the top 5.
I picked him second.
And he's 14th.
14th. He's got some work to do. 6/10 off in qualifying, not exactly a good way. I owe him a drink, so maybe I'll find out more when I ask him and buy him a beer. So let's see some other Carlos Calderon at 21st.
Yeah, but he's doing double duty. He's racing and he's wrenching on his kids.
It's got to be hard. Pete Vedder back in 30th. Got in the wall yesterday.
That surprises me a little bit.
Another driver who got in the wall making his SuperNationals debut, Mike Giles, Mike 31st. So him and Huff are having a little bit of a rough couple of days to begin the
work to be done.
But other than that, no other really surprises there. So we can get into what's the next category? X30 Senior?
You can go X30 Senior if you want. Yeah, it's X30 Senior. Which was flipping awesome. Just because of all the drivers we saw up front for times. Pedro Hiltbrand, obviously, a very talented European driver who's been over here many times in the SuperNationals. But ended up being P2. It came down to the very end as we expected. Hannah Greenmeyer was up there as well for a time. Hayden Jones. So a couple of Rawls Performance Group drivers up there. Jack Jeffers was impressive. He was good at Rock Vegas too, and was P5. But it was his last lap, literally Jake Drew blowing him out of the water and going not 800 faster, but on a GFC getting that pole. Which we talked to Jake afterwards, and he felt like he was uber surprised about the fact that he had good pace because they felt that they rolled off with a really good car.
He's really happy. That's one thing I noticed when we walked over. They're really thrilled to be able to sit on pole and really excited about the opportunity to be on the pole position because, again, you have that opportunity of getting away from the field. We had a couple of tight sections in the racetrack.
We talked about that, yeah.
And that was one of the key things he said. He's like, maybe I'll be able to get away from everybody in the heat races. So, again, you just never know until the green flag waves, and we'll see what happens.
He was one of the drivers that wasn't super happy about the super tight chicane, the right-left-hander. When I asked him about the track, he just said overall it's tight. It's a lot tighter than it's been in years past. A couple of guys have said that. Some guys love it, super smooth surface, but they feel like the track might be a little too tight.
So my son is supposed to be in bed. He's asking me, what's that thing behind you that's blowing? Go to bed. Aiden, go to bed. It's past your bedtime. All right. So
Jason Pettit, there's a former Superkarts USA race winner.
Oh, really? You have to go there.
He got a penalty when he won the race.
So he's like a Lorenzo Travisinato?
Didn't he get screwed for like a jump start from pole or something like that? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Jason, you're a winner in my books, buddy. But yeah, as I say, stoked for Gary Carlton, for Jake Drew, and Sonny Cervelli, obviously the director of operations there at GFC. That was impressive, man. It was awesome.
So looking at the top 10, we have 3 RPG drivers. We talked about Hannah, Hayden Jones in 4th, and then we have Ryan Norberg in the 8th spot.
Yeah, I don't
they
think
were running by each other on the session, so very close times there.
And I don't think I think that's a good start for Norberg. I really do. You put him in the top 10, I think he's going to be fine.
Well, yeah, he's going to start heat races 4th. Around second row, essentially.
I think he's going to be in great shape.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be in.
Actually, no. If you get how many groups? 4 groups, right? Yeah, he'll be second row, and
I know how to do my math.
He'll be at 8.
He'll be on the outside
of all his heat races.
It's okay, but as we've seen, that might be the outside's a good place to be.
It's the inside when you get back to 2.
There you go.
Yeah,
so we'll see. Yeah. Let's see. Diego Canteca, 6th. Cole Morgan, 7th. So good day for Cole.
How about Thomas Neptune in 9th? Race winner this year in USF 2000, ran cars all year, and has been doing some kart racing with Trinity.
Yeah, that's the dynamic. He changed chassis. He went from Burrell Art to Kart Republic, and I think he's really liking the brand. He's liking the operation there with TKG, working with Hoy still. And no, he's been a solid top 10 driver. But to be top 10 here, that's really good. So that's where you want to be. Again, he's going to start within, the first couple of rows of the heat races. So maybe out of the blender.
Shout out to Big Rich. Thanks for the kind words. We appreciate it. Frankie Mossman. Dude.
Top rookie, I think. When you look at
Jack Jeffers.
So Jeffers and Mossman. So really 2 senior rookies in top 10.
Super impressive for Frankie Mossman to go top 10 in this field. Like this X30 field is ridiculous.
So I think you had Cicero at the top.
I have
5,
Cicero at the
so
top. He's 11th.
Connor Zillage 12th.
If you're 24th, I'm worried. If you're just outside
We'll
the top 10,
we'll get
right?
down there. I mean, Jake Craig, Danny Curl.
I got
16th,
Danny in the
17th.
top 5 too.
Dante, you 13th.
That was good for Dante. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
good. So my pick to
Hey,
win.
Jars Crack's back at 18th.
We can't talk about him. He's not in the top 10.
He's beating on you for not putting him in the top 5.
Well, he's
and
not.
He's 18th.
There you go. Talk to me on Sunday.
We got a lot of grief, by the way, guys, on our predictions, and we love that. We think it's
Bring it.
awesome. We love it. We love the
keep
grief.
it coming.
And it's good because listen, if you give me grief on Thursday, you better back it up on Sunday, otherwise you shut the hell up.
It's what 40. They'll take the top 40. So guys, right now
40,
on the outside,
44, right?
40,
38,
and then they'll bring in the provisional.
I thought. Oh, okay.
40, and then they'll
So
bring in the
34,
provisional.
and then last chance qualifier 6.
So just 40 is a good number.
Let's go outside the top 40. Former
Marco
winner.
Mastronzi,
Yeah,
42nd. Paulie Massimino, so he is doing both.
Yeah.
45th,
Trey Brown's top 10 in KA 100.
51st.
51st. Wow.
Annunziata,
Now,
he's doing double duty.
what happened?
It's when they merged. Don't worry about that. Because one was in one group, one was in the second group.
laps. How many laps?
No. Oh yeah, it
That's
shows you something.
Cedric Lupians.
Lupian, Jason Lewing, 54th, 55th.
Jace Park.
Jace Park back in 59th. Zachary Clayman DeMello,
2019 winner.
61st.
Woo.
So a lot of work for him to do. Will Power, 65th. I really think he should have just ran Master.
I would love to. Well, he did so well, I think, in the USPKS
He did.
race.
Really well.
It's like I want to get in there on a battle with the guys. I would rather have seen him and Joseph in Masters, but giddy up.
So Joseph 70th.
You
So
got
not far off Power.
Yeah.
So when you're at least you're close to one onto that.
And you got like a guy like Ryan McDermott back in 67th as well. Here's a guy that's won national races when he was focused on karting. He went to school.
Other than that, yeah. So that's
There
it
you
for
go.
that.
That's senior. Going to the shifter cart categories.
Yep.
If you got any questions, guys, feel free to fire them up there on us. We're watching the comments as they come in. Good to have everybody tuning in. We'll do these every night like we always do. We actually, when we were walking out of the track, Jordan Musser was walking out with us, and we just gave him, hey, congrats. And it says, first pole, SuperNats. Feels pretty good. There's a guy that's won countless races, Rotax Grand Nationals, SKUSA Pro Tour Championship, five-time champion, and winning his first pole. He wants that first win. I think we know that Joey Wimsett's kind of he's the one that's thrown a wrench in the plans. It's kind of going to be a battle between Jordan and Ryan Kinnear, and maybe you throw John Crow in, Skitchy Barnes in, Joe Rook guy's going to battle it out. But you put Joey Wimsett in there, that blows everything wide open. And Joey still was P2, but 2/10 of a second. That's rough.
Musser just had the right qualifying stuff. Basically, that I think what it boiled down to. Wimsett's still kind of getting back into the racing shape. He's got a great stash going, but he's not quite in the racing shape.
He's got the master shape going on.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But like you said, Kinnear third, Patrick Otto Madsen fourth.
Yeah.
So that's another name that can be thrown in the mix again. Once you start racing, anything can happen.
Patrick Otto Madsen with Ansa Motorsports. They have a sports car team, do a bunch of stuff down in Florida, but they're also heavily into karting at Homestead. And that's a little bit surprising to me. I could have figured he'd be lower end of the top 10, but literally laying down a P4 lap. Solid on there for Patrick for sure.
Joe Rook, 6th. Skitchy Barnes, we just talked to, sitting next to us in 7th. Nicholas Bedard, he was actually Bedard, sorry. He was really quick during practice, so he just might have missed the setup there in qualifying. There were a couple spins, so guys lost some lap
Yeah, there was
times
a couple guys did work. I will say, obviously, John Crow, P5, I thought he would have been a bit better because he was quicker. Joe Rook's not happy. I know that for sure. We went over to say hi, and he and Race Liberati weren't pleased, so they might have missed something a little bit on the setup.
I wasn't happy either.
Skitchy Barnes was great here, by the way.
Practice.
He was P2 last practice session. Scotty Barnes says he was not happy at all that he ended up shitting the bed and ended up 7th. Just like his Cowboys.
Are they losing? Uh-oh. Oh, God.
I'll take them Cowboys! I love it. Well, people will know where we're going to be every night. I hope I'm hoping we'll get some guests coming to join us here. I don't even know what the name of this place is.
It's the middle bar. We're in the middle of the casino.
Let's
So,
think what that is.
well, we'll try and do better promotion tomorrow.
Yeah, now that we know we're good to go here.
Yeah, it's when you're at a new location or not, we don't know where to go.
We didn't get a chance to scout it, put it that way. Yeah. Jim Kidd says, tell Barnes, good job for an island guy.
Oh, Island Man.
Jim Kidd. It's kind of hard for Skitsy right now. Trying to watch.
He's so focused on the game right now. I mean, they're playing the Saints. It's not a tough team.
They're not as bad as the Bears.
Or the Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks suck this year. All right, what's next? What's last?
Pro Shifter.
Working on it.
We didn't get a chance to find out what happened to Billy Musgrave because he had shown really good speed in all the practice sessions. And so SKUSA put up 3,000 to win. Obviously, there's KZs and there's guys on the IME 175 SSE. Not many, less than a handful. But an extra $2,000 on pole if you're able to.
Touchdown, baby! Touchdown, Cowboys! I like that. I like that. I like them Cowboys.
Oh, God, that's hilarious. Musgrave. So Musgrave, we don't know what happened. Something must have happened because he literally qualified 16th. He had a chance to win $5,000 on pole. 18th for Musgrave. There was a couple issues where guys were a guy.
Hey, stop, guys. Look at that run. Look at that run.
We're okay. We're okay.
60 yards. 60 yards, baby. Oh.
Who was it? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He's the guy you should be paying. Not that Ohio State guy.
So trouble for Musgrave, no speed whatsoever. He was going to, I think we watched throughout the day, he was kind of the wild card. He stepping up and do it with the SSE, right? It ended up being, again, AJ Myers, right? Number 1 ranked driver in the country. That Magic Kart USA team is nailing it on all cylinders. AJ's a hell of a shoot. Put it all together, David was able to get the pole position. $3,000 to start the weekend. His first pole as well. We interviewed him. You'll see that on YouTube as well later. You can see the smile on his face when I asked him about that. He was super pumped about getting that pole position.
If I recall, Rob, I believe I predicted him to win. So as you said in the interview, check that pole position off. Now he's got 3 more heat races to go, and then Super Sunday. So again, when you come in as one of the best drivers in the nation, you got to expect to be T1.
You're doing the stuff. You're doing the stuff, right? You do what you got to do, for sure.
The wrench is a lot of international drivers in the field.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the major story.
Yeah, Matteo Bajano, who we saw here in KZ2 a couple of years ago, half a dozen years ago, on a top kart. He's back looking really good right now on Charles Leclerc with PSL. Marian Kremers, again, unfinished business, as I've said here before, had the field smoked before a red flag, slowed everything down, and then he just didn't get a good jump at the start. Couldn't get back at it after the tire cooled down a bit. He was P3. What we got? Oh, Ricardo Longi up into the 4th spot.
Yeah, so PSL doing really well. 3 drivers, second, third, and fourth,
and
fifth,
and Jake French.
and fifth.
Hello, Burrell Art package.
Yeah, so
2, 3, 4, 5. Wow.
So that's a good tent to be under. Now it's working together. How do we go after this guy? How do we get AJ Myers?
And then Danny Formal back at 6th, so he'll start on the outside of row 3.
Yeah, that's your pick.
That's my pick to win. Listen, qualifying. You hit it, you miss it, right? I expect they probably just missed it a little bit. We'll see him back up in it.
Maximilian Paul, 7th. Jack Crawford, impressive in 8th.
Yeah.
It's a good showing for him right now.
Remember,
again, another Burrell Art
and
card.
Crawford almost won here on this kind of same layout at the Rio 2 years ago in X30 Senior. Ended up getting the bump and run from Danny Carroll. That allowed Clement DeMello to take the lead from P3.
And then Matias Ramirez, another winner here in S2
Right.
in 9th. And then Austin Garrison in 10th, another Pro Tour champion.
Don't count out Austin Garrison either, man. I think he needs to get in the fight.
Somebody asked about Foray. He is in 13th, so not that bad off. Who else did he have? Billy, and then we said Billy back in 18th. Brent Cruz, 16th. Hunter Pickett, 14th. Kyle Wick, 17th. So there's some names there. Definitely Francesco, 19th. It's kind of funny. He was following Formal. You have Formal, one of the tallest drivers in the paddock, and then you have a little bit shorter.
Yeah. I was surprised that Brent Cruz was back in 16th. because he was top 5, for sure top 10, but top 5 all day long. So.
Even Remo in 24th. Andrew, what happened to Andrew Cardozo?
Yeah, Andrew Cardozo, what did he say? What broke?
Something broke.
Something broke in the. I can't right. He said it.
I thought he told
it was
me.
too quick. He said I couldn't actually pick up what he said. So. I am a bit deaf too.
Yeah.
What she said.
So other than that, that's it.
There you go. Qualifying show done. What we got?
Done and in the books.
Steve Reeser says he's about 2 hours out with Scott Jeffrey in tow. That's fantastic. Scott Jeffrey actually messaged me yesterday saying he was coming in with the RV and asked me if I wanted him, if I want him to bring some Pliny the Elder, which is a Russian River IPA, and I said yes, I would like some Pliny the Elder. That would be lovely. So we actually bumped into him when we were up there for the Challenge of the Americas race. Sean Buer and I went up to Russian River for some beer, and there was Scott Jeffrey, another vet, like a legend in the SKUSA Pro Tour with KLS racing.
Did he not win here?
No, that's his brother won.
Brother won.
Kirk Jeffrey won in G1. I think it might have been the first year calling it G1 or something back then. Yeah.
All right, well, we're past the 30-minute mark.
That's it. We're done.
That's it.
So we'll be doing this every night like we usually do, folks. Hope you tune in. We'll throw a little more notice out kind of when we're going to start. This is the first time we did it, so you guys can come and join. We appreciate it. Stay tuned. David's got a lot of 4 interviews he's going to post up on YouTube. And then we go live again tomorrow morning at 9:30 with wheel-to-wheel racing. How do you get at it? Right there.
I'm ready to see some racing.
Yes,
I hate practice. Qualifying.
I love qualifying.
It has some drama, but not a lot today.
I'm ready for some racing.
But I'm ready for some racing.
We'll go wheel-to-wheel.
It's been over 730 days.
Damn straight. I will tell you this. We're out at the Speedway, right? So it's not the real. We don't have the back. I'll tell you, we don't have the strip as the back thing. We have the backdrop.
Well, you can see all of downtown Las Vegas.
Yeah, you can literally see it. You can see the stratosphere. The sunsets have been ridiculously cool. And Nellis Air Force Base is right there. So this entire SuperNationals is brought to you by Top Gun references because, dude, like the F-18s, I don't know all the names of them, but
stealth bombers.
Today,
3 of them.
The Apache helicopters.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's so super cool. Everybody's loving it. And then Resorts World. This place is a next level hotel, and everybody's having fun. So,
love it.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed the coverage today, folks. Thank you so much. I'm going to take care of my voice for the rest of the night. Otherwise, David Cole, Rob Howden, book it.